actually pretty fascinating. I just need to be a bit careful. So, this is what I'm painting today. While we're listening to Dark Tide music. Even though this has nothing to do with Dark Tide. Or 40k. But it's cool. I don't know if I have the right paints. I bought this like 1 or 2 years ago. I just never got around to do it. I think I remember picking up a lot of the paints, but I also remember that seeing that like they wanted like this many paints, and each one is like a lot of money. So I decided to not buy all of them. I think I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll just have to improvise and, you know, see where it leads us. I don't remember like any tips or tricks for painting, but we'll learn. What I do remember though is that I need paper. And I think we're gonna start with this. I want to first just coat the like the cloth, the dress or whatever it is, with like very liquid paint, because I just want it to be like a little bit shaded with blue. But I don't know if I need to mix it out with white or if I just, because this is kind of dark and I want bloom, but I think this is in here. Maybe it isn't. One of them was. Can't tell blue. This one is. But that's the base for that, so that's not one. The base for. I need 2 different blues at least. Because as you can see on the picture, music a bit loud? Yeah. That. It makes sense. Oh, because it's... How is this? If I want a shadow effect in the recesses, you probably want to make a shape. Yeah. How to do that? I did watch a video actually that I liked, but I don't have the colors he has. Because he did this. He had a thing, Lamian medium. I don't have that, but that it looks just like water or something. Because he like made the paint very wet, and then he just did this. So it just drips all over, and then later you can like dry brush it and make it cool. Shade is a very thin paint with water. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Mediums are paint with pigment, but more oily. I also saw one guy who had like some oil paint thingy that he just like put a drop on something after he was done painting. He put a drop on it and it just spread out, and it made everything look like a lot more detailed. So that was cool. But I have a lot to learn. So I think we're just gonna start, but I need to find a light blue. I have this one. Maybe I think I want to make it even more light. So maybe I'm gonna mix it up with a little bit of white. Yeah, this is way too dark for what I want. But also mixing it with water, I guess maybe we'll make it a little bit lighter. Also, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I'll use this one for just washing off. I guess I need paper to dry. Right, sweet. I'm out of space. Shit. I don't like having this many things on my desk. Also, I found these pens. They're not like for miniature painting, but I thought maybe these could be good for like very rough stuff, like what I'm about to do now. But I think this will work fine as well. And I think this is good for dry brushing, but if not, this is a small dry brush. I was thinking maybe I could use this, but maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll just try. So let's try to add some water to this. I don't want to get paint on it. We can just do this. I should probably just use the pencil for this, but it's getting lighter, but all right, let's use the pencil. Oh, I'm gonna break this statue, I swear. I'm too clumsy for this. Also, where did the music go? If you have any music recommendations, I'm not sure what's allowed on Twitch. But yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's try to make it really light. I do want to try to add some white because it's a bit too dark of a blue color. But this, yeah, these have been standing here for like years, so they're all like weird. And like lumpy. Oh, already spilled some. Also, this paper is not gonna last long. It's already like drying out. But this is a nice color. But it's not wet enough. I need to do this. And then dry it. And then bring some of this over here. A little bit of blue. Should I just try this? Why is there fucking ads? Okay. I don't think it's wet enough. I need more water. But the water, it's going through the paper. And it's making the paper like dissolve. Not sure what to do about that. Maybe I should do it on the plastic. I'm too indecisive for this. I just need to go. Lots of water. Oh shit. Brush off. Bring some paint. Alright, let's go. Oh, this is dark. Well, maybe I'll just have to be dark. Also, how's the music now, by the way? An old plate. Ooh. Yeah, you're not. It's not too dumb. It's pretty smart, actually. Also, I really should have done this in parts, because it might be difficult. Also, this might be too wet because it's just dripping everywhere. Let's try to dry it off a bit. It is very fragile. It's all connected on that tiny ass little ding dong. Also, maybe I should turn this down. Then I can see. Hey Google, turn the lights on. Oh, this is a lot of shadows though. You know what? I'm not liking this brush too much. Hey Google, turn the lights off. I'm gonna keep it like this, and then I'm gonna just turn it down if I need to show some stuff. Also, I'm gonna bring the thing. I'm gonna try that. Try bracing it with a finger or something, and that part you're not painting it. What? Oh, you mean like holding it so that it doesn't break? All right, let's try this. This is end up gonna, yeah, this is gonna end up being kind of patchy and weird, but I think I have too much water still. Fuck it, let's make it darker. They made it look so easy. Like the videos and stuff. But this shit is not easy. Now it's not wet enough. Also, the problem with this wet paint is that it's probably going to take ages for it to like dry, so that I can continue. Games Workshop undead mode models are usually a bit fragile. True. I mean, it moves a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna break or anything. As far as I know. Thankfully, it's supposed to be kind of white with like blue shades and stuff, so me not being a good painter might not be too big of a problem. Maybe. Until we come to like the small details. Like there's thorns and roses that I need to paint, which I'm not really looking forward to. But I might end up just improvising and doing something that's completely different from what it's supposed to look like, because I don't have all the paints I need, and it's more fun, I think. Anyways. But this is starting to look somewhat okay. We probably can't see much because it's so faded, but I'll show closer up later. And once I get like more darker paints on, you'll probably be able to see it a lot better. What about the skull? Because they also have robes. Should I do the same color in those? I think I should. We need more paint though. Let's bring some from here. Ooh, this is dark. You know what? Let's just keep it like this and just add some white. So this is nice. But we need to dry it off a bit. Yeah, this is the color I'm looking for. A little bit more water though. I think the veil is supposed to be white, but it looks too weird. It needs to be a little bit faded. Blue faded. And by a little bit, apparently I mean super a lot, because I just fucking put a shit ton of paint on it. But it's fine. We can dry it up after. Now this undercoat is what's gonna be tricky. You can always go back and lay white over. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's easier to put the whites later where I want it, I feel like. Alright, I'm gonna have to make it super watery when doing this part because I can't reach everywhere and I need the water to like do the job for me. Is the music lagging? Or like skipping? Maybe I should move the camera because I keep holding it like out of camera. Out of view. Let's see. I'll do this. Up a little bit and zoom. Now if I hold it like this, still probably not see anything. Okay, that might be better. I'm gonna turn off the light and show after I'm done with this. Because the light is so bright that you can't really see this layer. But it's drying quicker than I thought, so that might not be a problem after all. Okay, this needs to be super water. Yeah, this is tricky. Cloak crowd, whatever, has a nice cool look to it. Yeah, I'm actually not hating this, though. Like, it's a bit uneven now, but that doesn't matter because it's supposed to be. Why is this so stiff? But later on, I might have a bit of a bigger problem. Oh, this is dark. Yeah, this is kind of looking pretty cool. Oh shit, the inside. Oh, that's a tricky one. We're just gonna need to get it super watery and let it run all over. All right, so I don't know how well you can see, but it's looking kind of cool. A bit spotty and stuff, but it's kind of cool actually. Now my plan is to make it darker blue on the bottom, and then we're gonna do some dry brushing and some highlighting, and I think it's gonna look really sick. Looks nice, yeah, thanks. Spider-Man's yeah. That's what I'm thinking or hoping, but I don't want to rely too much on it because I don't know. I feel like if you rely too much on something being fixed later, then suddenly you have a problem if it doesn't work. Alright, I need to hold it. Okay. Okay, what is going on? Did someone record this song on like a CD player with like scratches on it? Because that's exactly what it sounded like. Alright, let's see. Are we missing anything? I don't think so. Oh no, we are. Okay. Yeah, this song is definitely recorded on like while someone was playing the game and they're lagging or something. It's like missing beats and skipping and stuff. But it's fine. Alright, so the lower part. Should I? It's on Spotify. That could make things easier. Of course, it opened up on the one screen that have turned away. Get off. Dark Tide. Okay. It's playing. So, should I use the same color but with less water and less white to make it darker? Or should I try this one? This one is way darker. Like, if you can see. But I guess I don't have anything else to use the blue on, so I'm gonna try this out and see how it looks. The problem with zooming out though is that you can't see the colors here. Use a lot of water and do it in many layers. Yeah. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. Alright, let's see. Let's bring some of this out. This needs to be mixed up a little bit, I think. Okay, now we can see the color. Alright, let's bring out some of this and then go hand with some water. Now I've just made this blue, which is annoying. The water, I mean, because I dipped in the wrong water. This is very, very dark. I'm gonna need a lot more water actually. Maybe add a little bit of white. I'm gonna make a white next to it so that I can mix and layer it all up. I just put some blue into the white, which is a bit of a bad idea probably. But, right. First one needs to be mainly just blue. And this one doesn't necessarily need to be as liquidy as the first one, I guess. So here's just get a natural, yeah. I want to like do a bit of the darkest up to a point, and then I'm gonna make like a gradient after that with more, just so the bottom will be super dark. You'll see, maybe. I have no idea what I'm doing, so probably not, but I'm gonna do it up to like here. If you can see, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Maybe the camera isn't angled at the perfect angle, but I didn't really prepare too long for this. Try stuff out. Oh yeah, yeah. With Nurgle stuff you can probably just do whatever, because you can just be like, it's just disease and death and cuts and whatever. Also, I saw someone painting this in like a different style where it was like all red and full of death, which was pretty cool. Also, I've seen some pretty cool Warhammer like paints where they're like they like take one figurine and like break it out, and then they take like a skeleton that's coming out of the armor and it's making super cool stuff. People are really creative with their bases. I just hope my patience will hold up. Kit bashing? Is that what it's called? Conversions? I don't know. This is a hobby I've like barely stepped my toe into. But it's fun and relaxing. Thing is, I don't have the best of patience. So the further I go along, I will like probably skip out on details, which is not the best idea, but it is what it is. Usually with things like this, comes to a point where I'm like pretty happy with it, and I'm just like, I just want to get done with it. So I like stop putting in as much effort, and then I get less happy about it. It's like when I used to edit videos, I would be like, Spent a lot of time on details in the first half, and then I got bored, and I wanted to like release it or be done with it, so I started doing stuff quicker, and I end up regretting it. But it is what it is. Kit bashing is when you make new models by adding pieces from other kits. Conversions when you destroy and remix stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think it was a mix of both, to be honest. Because they were taking like... what's it called? Hello? My brain stopped. But they was taking like one model and like converting it, but then adding that to the base of another one. It's pretty cool. All right. How do I showcase this? It's looking like this now. Now I'm gonna make one that's like... Now I'm gonna start to like... From the middle of these, like make him gradient. Maybe it's not the best way to do it, but we'll see. Let's start here by just mixing a little bit of everything. Making a... Oh, now the cardboard is kind of like... started dissolving, which is a bit annoying, but we need to open this. And water. Water is our friend today. Alright, so let's try with a little bit of this. Then dry it off a little bit. We need more. I guess this will look better once we like dry brush it, but I may have gone too high with the blue, the dark blue. Need some white. Open this biatch. Okay, if I just let the water like do a lot of the job, then it's looking not too bad. If you can see, like right here. If I can just keep that up around the entire thing. Because I think I went too high with the dark blue, so it's kind of hard to make the dark blue less dark. But we're gonna dry brush white like crazy here actually, because I want a lot of the white to pop out. So the most important thing for me right now is to make sure the line between the two colors are not visible. Like that it's not like a straight line. We need some white. Yeah, the white is important here. The white's doing a good job. Ooh, it's like the water is running down, making these like tracks, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. But I think I'm spending way too much time on this, considering how much time everything else is gonna take. But it's fine. This is an important step, I guess. Because it's like the main color. Alright, we're made it around. Now we need to do the same with the inside. Just add a bit of water to this, because this was working out quite nice. Man, the Dark Tide music is fucking amazing. Start is usually the biggest step. Yeah, true. True that. I'm just worried about the staff, because it's supposed to be like a bronze color. I'm not sure I have that. Of course we can make it any color, but I want to make it a color that at least stands out a little bit from the rest. Alright, I think maybe we're happy with this. Maybe? Let's see. Okay, maybe we need to do a little bit with these. They're really dark. Okay, the camera is opposite way of like what it feels like I'm doing, so it's a bit weird. Yeah, this is looking kind of cool. Top's looking like this. Maybe I should do something here. We'll see after the dry brush. This could be like almost all white. Like I don't mind that. The robes for the little ghosts though. I need to do, yeah, I need to add a little bit dark to that. Just a little bit like here. Water. Doesn't really matter. Happy colors. Just like Bob Ross says. Do happy little line here and happy little line there. And it'll all be okay. Not sure how happy I feel with the 40k music in the background, but it's a different kind of happy. Happy accidents. Trust me, every stroke here is pretty much an accident. Wait, that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. All right. We should probably wait a bit before dry brushing. Oh yeah, we needed to smooth out these a little bit. Some more white. And a bunch of water. This might be too much water. Nah. Remember not to do too much white, because the dry brushing afterward is gonna like make it white. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna let it stand for a second while I put these away and wash my pencils, because I don't want them to dry up. Nana Ross. If I could ever be as happy as Bob Ross and as good at painting, then I would be happy. Maybe. I'm not sure if I like painting as much as he does. Painting figures are fun though, or figurines. Painting paintings is a bit of a hassle, because I just can't do it. Alright, let's swap the waters out. Because these, like, I was supposed to have one to like wash my brushes, so that one is gonna become colorful. But then I wanted one of clear water, but like they're both blue now, so I'm gonna swap. Stupid. I almost just ended everything. Should I just wash this off and use it again? I think I will. All right. There are some drops here. So I don't want to start dry brushing yet, because if I start dry brushing and the brush like absorbs a big blue drop, that's gonna be a problem. Maybe if I just dry it off a little bit. I'm gonna break this thing somehow, someday. Needs to be dry before dry brushing. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna help it along, because it dries kind of quick, but there are some drops here and there. Yeah, I'm not reaching in there. I'm just gonna wait. But I do while I wait. Let's see. I guess I could start like on the dry areas, because the top is mostly dry, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is fully dry. Okay, so dry brushing. We need white. I'm just gonna keep this open actually. Put a bit of white and then just take it all off again. Okay, that was maybe too much off again. Let's just try this. This is a very small dry brush though. Maybe we should use a bigger one. And we need to keep this in place. Yeah, we need more white. This isn't doing a lot. Yeah, that's kind of working. I'm just gonna do like maybe a bit more than normal dry brushing, because I want it to be like majority white, at least on the top, and then just work my way down. So some of these nooks and crannies are kind of hard to reach. Once again, I'm out of frame. Stab it into the paper. Oh yeah. Because this is way too smooth. Because I never used it before. I feel like I need to be a little bit careful though, because like I feel like these can snap off at any moment. These like super thin ones. looking interesting. Okay. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking like, I don't want to ruin the brush, but I kind of need to ruin it a little bit to do this. Or not ruin it, but like be a little bit rough, I feel. Oof, okay. That was a little bit too much, but it's okay. Happy little accidents. Actually wanted that part a little bit wider as well, so worked out fine. Yeah, okay, I can't go too far down. I need to wash this off now. It's a little bit wet at the bottom still. Got some blue on it. So we need to just go from the top and then wait with the bottom. Though getting a little bit of blue in it is not the biggest problem because this thing is blue anyways. Uh-oh. Alright, we just need to take a little bit of white actually here because it's way too blue in that dip. Well, that's a dip we can't reach. It's fine. So how is this looking now? It's looking kind of nice. Just a little bit more right here. Need to be a little bit careful with those roses because they're not hanging on too tightly. Okay, let's see. How does it look on camera? Kinda nice. Some places are a little bit less nice, but kinda liking it being a bit scuffed. Now I want to add some highlights to like, just some pure white to like the creases. And a little bit to the face. See how that looks. But I'm thinking I should use the small one. Nah, I'm gonna use this one again. Just need to wash this off. It's pretty cool, thank you. I'm afraid I'm gonna fully ruin it when I get to like details, but it'll be fine. Alright, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of white on this and then just carefully like put some on here. Oh no, we actually need it to be kind of wet this time. Just some happy little highlighting. The way it wobbles, yeah, I know, but it's more sturdy than it looks. I hope. Okay, this is looking kind of nice. Now I need to. Oof, I'm gonna use. Yeah. I'm gonna use the small brush for the face because the face is tiny. But my view that I just made, because I've done this once before, but my view on painting these kind of things is like less is more. So instead of like doing big things, I'm just gonna make it simple. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Not sure I needed it back here. It's already pretty. Wait, did I even dry brush the small ghosty boys? Yeah, I did, right? It's way easier to add than to remove. True. Okay, I'm gonna need quite a bit of highlighting here because it looks too monotone. Oh, that was too much. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, that was fine. I'm not too happy about this underside, to be honest. I think maybe I just need more dry brushing there. Even though nobody's probably ever gonna look at that. But I will know. The underside of minutes, yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking. But alright, look now. It's not looking too bad. See the face? I'm gonna put more highlighting there. But I need a small brush because it's smooth. And trust me, I've seen videos of painting. It always looks bigger and easier in the video. It's so tiny. Alright. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I'm just gonna use the dry brush here. That works, yeah. All right. I say we're happy with the coat or the robe, whatever. Now, question is, oops, sorry. Where do we go next? Oh. Ah, that's fine, actually. That's fine. That's fine. I can't get too caught up in every detail, because I'll never be done. Disgusting. I keep forgetting these hats are like different in size, so I need to use the right one for everything. But you know what? I'm gonna use these so often. I don't know why I'm taking them on and off. All right, let's just put them here. Maybe the ads, as they are less important. I mean the ghosts? Yeah, probably. Or the ghosts, I say. They're all ghosts. But yeah. Where did I start? The hair? I want it dark. I think it's dark. It's like blue, black on here. It's like black with some of the hairs being white. But I think I'd rather just have them black. They're like black with blue tips. Like blue endings. So I'm gonna go... I think that looks pretty cool actually. So I'm gonna go with Abaddon black. And then add some blue to it after, I guess. And some white dry brushing. I think that could look cool. Problem with black is that this is gonna completely like dominate anything it touches. So I need to keep it off the rope at all costs. Right. Yeah, that's not gonna not be black. Should I make it a bit grayer or just go full black? Oh, you can't see it, but it's this. It's very black now. I think I want it to be kind of black though. Like, because this robe is gonna be mainly white or like light colored. So I'm thinking black could be cool. Good contrast, yeah. So I'm just gonna start and hope for the best. Now the problem with this, as you can probably see, is that it's full of like small strings of hair. It's like entangled in each other, so painting like underneath some of these areas is gonna be not extremely easy. It's gonna be such a pain, yeah. Yes, it is. Oh, but it's gonna take forever. But I'm not gonna be too nuts, you know. Like, you always think people are gonna notice small details, like details where it's like, oh shit, I made a mistake, whatever. But no. They probably won't. Alright, I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna swap over to the small brush to do the closest to the face, parts closest to the face, or the face, I say, the skull, because the skull is gonna be white and I don't really want to try to paint white over black, although it is paint, so it'll probably work. But maybe I should just go for it being like patchy black and white and then dry brush it white, and it's gonna look like the hair or whatever it is like graying. It's gonna be a lot easier, at least. Brr. Actually, it might not be that much of a hassle anyways. I'm gonna eat those words later, but there is gonna be a spot that I'm gonna miss a spot anyways. Like it's gonna happen. But if I miss a spot while I'm painting, I doubt anyone will see it if I don't see it. Though I am kind of blind, so. Yeah, the under part of this is gonna be difficult. Very difficult. I I the shine of the light looks like white spots that I've missed. So I'm trying to like paint over it, but it doesn't change because it's just reflection. It's a bit annoying. Alright, there's some parts in the middle here that's like pretty much impossible to reach. Also, like I'm becoming depth blind, so like it's hard to see different like on what level they are because they're so close to each other. All right, might be done. Never mind. Turn it around, and I was missing like half of the side. Need more paint. How's the stream setup, by the way? Is the camera like positioned well? Can you see what's happening? Is the light too much or too little? It's cozy. I say that right now, like when I'm focusing and I look over to the stream and it's like completely out of view. I just need to lean forward. I can move this a little bit. But it's nice that it's cozy. Shit. I hit the cloak. It's game over, boys. It's fine. It's under the hair anyways. Nobody's gonna see that. All right, let's do the small one and like get all up into the base. And this brush is a difficult one to use. This guy is starting to look like a predator. But I'm into it. How am I gonna paint the underside of this? Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Right. Let's see. This the man, the little guy. Oh, it looks patchy, but where is he? Oh, there he is. I'm gonna try. It needs a spot in there, but then I'm gonna try dry brushing it and see how it looks. At a distance, it looks kind of nice. Like there's some small dots here and there. 2 second pass. Yeah, that's smart. Alright, let's try this. I just don't want it to run all the way down onto the cloak. Stop shaking. Shit. It's been dripping onto the cloak, but it's fine. I think I can save that. Let's use this. We need some white. I'm gonna try dry brushing with this and see how it is. Because I need to fix this a little bit. Okay, it looks like it's working somewhat. Yeah, we can save it. If black gets onto it, we can save it pretty well. Right. All the spots here, I'm pretty sure that's reflection because it looks way more spotty on the camera than it does in real life. Like, are these all spots? It's mostly reflection. Maybe the tips here. Ha. Okay, yeah, that's reflection. Are we still on dark side? So I don't recognize this music. Path of Trust. It's called. Alright. I guess we start painting the other side. Because I can't start. Can't start dry brushing yet. Gotta make it a little bit more wet this time. Because I figured out we could save it if we lose a drop or two. Just be a little bit careful, because if we drop too much black, then that would be a problem. Also, I don't want like bubbles of paint to like take away from the details of the actual figurine. But we also can't spend all day on just the hair. Though it is probably one of the places where if there's like some paint missing or something wrong, it's probably easiest to see because it's gonna be the darkest part. Sometimes I wonder, like, if it'd be easier to paint before assembling. But that sounds kind of boring. So I guess the best way is to like assemble each like part, like the hair, for example. Then I could just paint the hair black, easy peasy, and then connect the rest. But I couldn't do that because like there's like 4 different hair pieces that's connected to the cloak, so it wouldn't work. But I could have done this guy and then, you know. Subassembly, yeah. I was thinking that, but I also realized that I don't have anything to like keep them on except for the space. So I would have to like hold on to it while painting it, which could be a bit of a hassle. But I don't know. Also, I wasn't sure if I was going to paint it today, and I wanted to fully assemble it to see what it looks like. So that's what it is. I don't need to try hard either. It's like my first paint. I've done like one marine before, but oh yeah, and I have done an X-wing, which was very rushed. It was basically just painted. I only had 3 colors that came with it. It was like gray, red, and yellow. And then it had stickers. And can you imagine fastening like a sticker that's, I don't know, smaller than the tip of this brush onto something? It's impossible. You need like tweezers, which I don't have. So it's kind of difficult. Stickers are the worst, yeah. It would be fine if it was the kind where you could like dip it in water or something and put it on, and then you could like move it around with like a stick or something. But I couldn't. Like when I put it on, it was stuck there. And then I tried to take one off because it was wrong and put it on again, and the glue had like kind of worn out. So I was like, all right, I'll just use the glue that I used to assemble the ship itself. And then it dissolved. The entire sticker dissolved instantly. So that was fun. Is that part of the hair? Yes. This one is more difficult. It has too many like undersides to paint. I guess you won't see those parts at all. I'm gonna add some water and just go over it again. I'm gonna need the small one. Okay, maybe that was not the smartest idea. Because the tip bent. It's kind of broken, but there's enough paint on it. Alright, this just needs pure paint. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, let's try to dry brush the other side and see what that looks like. Now I need to wash these properly because black is kind of hard to wash off. I think. Did I really not get a green? I should have gotten a green color. Like I have like some roses with thorns. I guess I could make them like brownish. But okay. What colors I got? I got this red color called Screamer Pink. It's a base color. I'm not sure what the differences are. This is called Base Warlock Bronze, which is cool. Could probably use that for the staff and stuff. Shade. So this is for shading, I guess. Is it more like oily? Aggress Earth Shade it's called. This is Cantor Blue, it's the one we used earlier. With this Nighthaunt Gloom, which is also the blue. We have this, which honestly it feels like it's solid. Agrex is a brown shade. Ooh, nice. It's inky, yeah. Okay. Iron Ratch Skin. Ooh, it's like skin color. And Baccarat Flesh. Another flesh one. And we have something cool which I'm going to use for the base, which is like grass, which I'm excited about. Though I'm not sure I have the correct glue to use that. I'm a little bit scared to use the glue I had to assemble, but we'll see. Right. Dry brush time. I need some clean paper. Let's just turn this upside down. Let's get white up in this biatch. That's a lot. Yeah, this is the wrong. I was like, why is there black on here? It's the wrong brush. Which is annoying because I kind of ruined it a little bit. With a Rakarth Flesh base and Agris wash, you can do a cool light brownish color to roses. Okay. Let's try that. Shit, which one did I paint first? This one, right? Yeah. Okay, this is black, so I need to be a bit careful here. Yeah, already that's a bit too much, maybe? No, I kind of like it. Oh, I need to keep this steady, though. Gives it like a shine. Okay, maybe a little bit too much. Happy little accident tonight. Fucking thing got stuck in the paint. Alright, I need to be careful here to not like rip pieces off. But it's starting to look interesting. Might have been a little bit too much white on there, but I don't mind, to be honest. Maybe it looks a little bit too... I don't know, from a distance it looks cool. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. With gothic horror vibe. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, this looks too wet to start. I guess I can figure out what to do next. Maybe the hands. So I can like separate the person from the robe. Let's see, how does this look? Okay, so they've done something cool here, which I haven't really done, and got really blue on the inside. You can see here. Which I guess I have done a little bit, but not too much. But I think it's a bit too late to start dealing with that now. On here, the hand is the same color. Of course, it's like a skeleton. I think I'm gonna make the skeleton like, instead of white, more like a brownish color, and then maybe dry brush it white. I think, or like highlighted white maybe, because everything else is so white that I think maybe the skeleton should be more like an off-white. I guess that's what skeleton usually is. Yeah, maybe I need to do that now because this is gonna take a while to dry, I think. I do need to put some white on the skeleton though, because it is currently has a bit of black on it. Right, that's kind of fixed. Yeah, that works. Okay. Sure, let's try to make a brownish color. Off-white plus Agrax with a light off-white dry brush. Let's see, what's the Agrax? How does this work? This one, Agrax shade. So how does, why did I feel like tasting it? It looks like soy sauce. Let's bring this over a little bit. Try to make a nice color. So behaves kind of like water, so splash it on it in moderation and let it dry. What's the magic? Should I do that, mix it with a color, or do it after I color it? Like if I put some of this flesh This is very gray though. Maybe this is better. Don't mix. Could try this as a base though. Oh my god. Yeah, that looks doable. This is Iron Rash. Alright, let's add some of that. Yeah, I like this color. Maybe just this. It's very lumpy. Which is not good actually, because oh my god, it's very lumpy. Add water, like into it, or here. Both. Okay, let's see. Adding water. I think I'm just gonna use this as a base, cover it with this, then dry brush, and then, or maybe this first and then dry brush. I don't know how this works, so I'm just gonna try. Let's use this one. Ah, this is very like, almost like broken. Just a bit sad. But if we twirl it around in paint, it might. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, let's try. Start with the skeleton's face. Actually, we might have to use the small one here. Yeah, it's very small. Very small. But then again, it doesn't need to be like perfect, because I'm gonna dry brush and I'm gonna like do other things to it. So I just have to like put some on here and there. Oh yeah, this is looking nice. This is a good skeleton color. Already this is bringing out like contrasts to all the other white things, which is nice. Okay, that's one. Cool. Not this way. I need to remember to put paints out of my hands, like way, because I keep almost like tilting them over. Now getting the underside of this is gonna be tricky. It's not too important. Yeah, I can't even see it when I'm like turning it upside down. Alright, then Olynder's hand. don't know anything about this creature. To be fair, I don't actually know anything about Age of Sigmar at all. But that doesn't mean you can't paint. Sigmar balls. Am I right? Alright, so should I do Agrax now? Just put some on by the hammer. Oh, Sigma balls. Or dry brush. I think I'm gonna do the when it's dry. I barely put on anything, so it should dry fairly quick. But in the meantime, I can show a close up on how it looks. So, as you can see, the skeletons looks way more like a skeleton now compared to when it was fully white. And it's looking nice when you get some details and textures on there. Also from this side, personally, I think the hair that's been dry brushed looks way better than the other one. So I'm kind of happy with that. I guess we can dry brush this hair now. Yeah. Just try to hold it a little bit sturdy. There's like white on the shaft. There's white on the shaft. Don't take that out of context. Alright. Let's try the Agrax. Do I just like dip a drop on this and then just put a drop and see what happens? Yeah. Okay, that's nice. It got like black into the eyes. Man, this brush is fucked. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like kind of fucked. Just not amazing. But it's worth it because this skeleton is looking dope. I just need to go over the other parts around it later, because I did spill a little bit. But I need to dip some more soy sauce into the ice. Maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, it's not like one giant blob. It's like small scratches that I accidentally touched. But it's mostly on stuff that hasn't been painted yet, and on the cloak. And the cloak I can just dry brush with a little bit of white and it's fine. So I think it should be fine. So I am gonna dry brush this skeleton part, but I'm gonna do it very slightly because I'm really liking this look it has right now. Might not translate too well on camera because it's so small, but it's looking dope. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Let's just wait a little bit. Let's get the dry brush ready. Is this a black on it? That's what it should be. Alright, let's start with dry brushing a little bit on the coat here to just get away a little bit of that mishap. Actually, I didn't even really hit it too badly. Can barely notice anything. Actually, I think we're just gonna do this. Take a little bit of white. And just gently tap here. Oh. Okay. That's good. Now, let's get a tiny bit of black. A tiny bit from here. Because I hit the hair with a little bit of white. Can you not move? Thank you. And then when we get the dry brush later, it's gonna smoothen out everything. All right. Now, let's try a little bit of easy dry brushing. Like very little. That's nice. That's exactly what I wanted. There's a little bit of white on like the outside of the eyes and stuff. Probably won't be able to see any of this on camera, but you can imagine it. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, that was stupid. Fuck. The black I put on the hair just now to fix had not dried, and it kind of put black everywhere. But honestly, it just looks a bit like there's just a little bit of black dry brushing. It's not too bad. But we do need to wash it. Maybe I should just do like base stuff first and then go over dry brushing. I don't know what the best workflow is. But this is looking nice. Now, I could do the roses, the scepter, this chest. You know what? I'm gonna finish like the small guys are each holding. One is holding a chest, the other guy is holding like a sand, like time thingy. I'm gonna finish up those first. And then scepter. And then I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all the roses today, because that's gonna be a lot of work. And a lot of like small tiny things to paint. You know what? Let's do the scepter and the thing behind it in the same color. With like a bronze color. Let's use this. And use this warplock bronze. And let's, you know, get in the habit of actually closing the one we're not using. I think maybe I want to use this shading more. Could use that probably on the scepter too. Maybe we could do something cool with like a different color dry brushing on there, but I don't know. We're gonna have to test that out. But let's start with this. I'll just shake it a little bit. Looks pretty dark. Oh, but it is like shiny. This could be cool for dry brushing, but on metal stuff. I want this, but lighter. So should we add white? Or water. I don't want this to be too liquidy. Let's try to add some white. Alright, let's mix in some. The white is kind of making it gray looking. Not a huge fan. But I guess it depends on from where you look at it. Let's try to use it as a base. It is like shiny, like a bronze, but it is kind of dark. Also, I'm not sure I want to keep using this brush because, boy, it's fucked up. It's like going in all directions. Looks pretty sick so far, thank you. I'm actually kind of happy with it so far, to be honest. Let's see. Wait, I completely forgot that I was gonna finish the chest and this thing. Silly me. You know what? This can be the same color though. Like the outside of this. But this brush is... Fucker me. Yeah, this brush is a billion times worse. Yeah, can't use that. Alright, let's... That's all we got. Alright, we're gonna have to use the small one for this. Why is this so stiff? Actually, for this, maybe I just want to use the pure this. No, not this. This. I think I am. It's gonna be difficult. scared about this part. Okay. How do people do this? Like, it's so tiny. And the brushes like get broken instantly. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but like. This might need another coat. That's fine now. I'm gonna have to like paint this. Hourglass. The glass itself in like some color. Not sure what color though. Fuck, I hit the hand. Man, this is difficult. It's not difficult, it's impossible. Like to not hit some of these parts. Maybe I should just go with the same color. Cause I don't know how I'm gonna like do two different colors here. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. I can work with that. If I just add a little bit of like, fuck it, let's just use this red. Because we haven't used that before. I just got red all over my finger. If we just take a little bit of this. And just, it's gonna be the end of me, possibly. We just need to eliminate the whites here. Sound racist, but it's not what I meant. Like I feel like if the colors blend into each other a little bit, that's one thing, but if you can see white poking out, then that's worse. Like your eyes will blend them together. Doesn't need to be perfect. This is gonna be fucking difficult though. Yeah, that is a difficult one to hit. Yeah, that'll do. I ain't doing any better than that. Alright, that's not looking too bad. Now let's do the chest, and then I'll show you both of them at the same time. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna show you that. Man, this is oh. Yeah, it's not focusing really. This is what it looks like now. All right. Just time. This needs to be washed. Okay. I'm just gonna try to put this on and see what happens. I think this can work. It's kind of dark, but I'm just gonna put a layer of this, and then we're gonna use the Agrax and see how it blends in. The fuck is this wee sound? Okay. Mamma mia. Depth perception can be kind of annoying in this, because like I think I'm putting it somewhere and then I just put it somewhere completely different. But yeah, no, it's fine. Alright, I have an idea. I'm gonna take a little bit of paper and like tap it. And then we're gonna try this. Just gonna put a drop directly on it. Let it spread out a little bit. Oh shit, I forgot that side. That's a major oopsie doopsie. Alright. Desperately need to dry brush that after. But we need to dry brush all of that anyway, so that's not really a problem. I wish I had like a yellow, like a dry brush, like looks like gold or rust or something on the chest, but we're gonna do white and then maybe try some bronze dry brushing. And then I'm not too sure what we're gonna do about the staff. Let me try dry brushing that a little bit, see how that goes. There's not really anything left in this though. We need some white. You know, I was into Age of Sigmar. I like Age of Sigmar. I'm not necessarily that much into it though. Like, I don't know a lot about it. I just think a lot of it looks cool. Right, that has just made it. I like I like most things. Okay, that helped that tremendously. Okay, yeah. That's cool. Okay. Now, ooh, we desperately need to dry brush this. Maybe I should try dry brushing that or that. I'm gonna try this. That I need to make sure like 10% of it is off. I wish this was lighter, a lighter bronze, or like a gold. But it looks okay. Somewhat. Looks a little bit scuffed, but so hello. Let's see if I can get a good look at this. So this is hard to position. This is the one with the hourglass. It's looking okay. And this is the chest. Also looking somewhat okay. Not amazing, but they're good enough. And as you can see, the staff, the bottom, the test, this part. To me, it's too dark. So I want to try to make it a little bit more of a brighter bronze color. Also, there's no way this is still dark tide music. It's from Grotto. It's banging though, I'm not complaining. Just never heard it before. For my second ever mini, I would say you're doing really great. Yeah, I'm not. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay with this. It's looking pretty okay. I am scared of the roses though. Maybe I'll just try to make like the dead. I might use this a little bit and try to make like a dead dead rose look. Shit, I really should have some green though, because there's there's leaves on here. I have the pink, which I can use for the rose itself, but not having a green is a problem. I don't know why I didn't buy a green. Maybe I could try to make a green with like this bronze and blue. Maybe dead leaves. Could be. Could be. Let's see. How are they in this? They look kind of dead. But they're greenish. But they haven't actually used any green colors that I can see. But we're not following that anyway, so right. First of all, bronze color. So I'm gonna make this lighter by using this. Let's mix up a little bit here. some of this. Oh, you can't even see it, so I don't know why I'm saying this. Zoom out. Zoom. Alright, so we're working on this right now. It's a bit lumpy, so let's try to take those out a little bit. Add some water. Okay, and then we're gonna add some bronze. This bronze is so dark. It might just be not mixed well though. Let's try to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. It's a little bit better. The mic bumps? Oh, you mean like me bumping into the microphone and stuff? Yeah, I have a tendency of not knowing where my arms are going. Sorry about that. Right, so the problem I have with mixing bronze is that I feel like it's losing the shine. And it becomes more like grayish. Maybe if we add some of this. Alright, let's try this. This looks better. Actually, this looks pretty nice. I thought it would be too gray, but not gonna lie, it's kind of nice. I guess we can zoom back in a little bit. Okay, we're gonna need to use the small one. For some of these areas. This music is just gonna autoplay, but I'm digging it. Hoping I won't get like copyright claim because I have no idea where it's from. I think it should be from a game though. And I don't know if game music is alright, like it will be playing if I'm playing the game, so I don't see why it won't. It's a Age of Sigmar, yeah. True. I'm liking this color, not gonna lie. Now question is, should the entire thing be this color or should I add like some? I'm thinking there's like a thing in the middle. It's very difficult for you to see, but in the middle of the staff, I'm thinking maybe I should make that red. Like it's a red crystal or something. Oh, hello, Celica. Look at this artsy man. Yeah, I'm a big art boy. I'm gonna finish the staff and then I'm gonna show you a bit of a close-up. And though it's a bit hard to see a lot of it through the camera, but I can take some pictures when I'm done. Which is also through a camera, but it'll be easier to show, I think. This is a lot messier than new traditional art. True. This is really messy. I'm liking it though. Okay, so this is the boy. And by the boy I mean the girl. And by the girl I mean like a ghost skeleton thingy. The robe is like faded white bluish. She has two skeleton friends on each side. This guy is holding a hourglass. This guy is holding a chest. And I've just painted this scepter in like a bronze color, which I think looks pretty nice. I mixed it myself. And I'm gonna add red into the crystal in the middle. Then I'm gonna make this thing bronze. And then it's only the thorns and bushes left, but that's gonna be a nightmare. Gerta and Gertrude. Sure. Gert nice? Gert nice and Gertrude? Yeah, that's nice, because it's like, you know, a devil and angel on your shoulders. Whispering into your ears. Just like Kronk. So which one is nice and which is rude? I say the chest one is the nice one. Because he's like, I'm keeping all of your thoughts safe in this chest. And the other one is like, bitch, you're running out of time, you're gonna die. Yeah, the one with an hourglass is a fucking dick. But deep down, they're all friends. Also, what is this music? I love it. Chests are nice. You're right. Though I prefer booty. As in treasure. Isn't that weird? Booty consists of chests. Pirates are horny. Chest has both? True. It's this thought of this lady. And she's definitely a naughty girl. Why am I talking like this? Also, why am I using this big brush? Why am I making things difficult for myself? If you want to get a tip on the pencil, try twisting it when you pick it. Yeah, I'm doing it, but it's broken, a bit broken, so it's like not sticking twisted. The small one is okay. The other one is kind of fucked because I was gonna use. I thought it was the dry brush, and I like poked it into the thing, and it just fucked up. It got all fucked up. You know what else I could do? I could do like twist it in my mouth. You know, there was a period of time when they used uranium in watches to make them glow in the dark, and the poor ladies that were drawing them had to like use their mouth to do it. So they ended up like getting super cancer in their jaw, and for some their just entire jaw just fell out because they just had a bunch of uranium in their mouth. A lot of people also get one of those magnifying glasses. Oh yeah, that would actually help me a lot because a lot of these small places are like really hard to see, and then I try to like look closer, but like my depth perception gets all off. You're not a real mini painter before you drank your paint water. Why are you drinking paint water? Because you're thinking. The thing is, I used one of my favorite cups, so I'm gonna drink out of it later. That's for sure. All right, let's paint the thing on the back of her head. Because you think it's your drink. Yeah, that's why I keep my drink in my can. If not, I would have already like had no more water because I've probably drunk it all. Also, it's amazing I haven't spilled like anything yet. I've been so close like 47 times. Alright, hopefully this hasn't dried out. It has a little bit, to be honest. I need to add some water. Yeah, it's super liquidy. You don't want to paint some of the minis we sell, especially the dragons one, but all the supplies are so... Yeah. The thing is, when I bought the colors for this, I was gonna buy a lot more colors. But like each one was like €5 or more. I was like, I made this way too watery. But that's kind of cool. But then again, I guess if you do it for a long time, you end up with a lot of paints. And you don't need to buy every time. Alright, we have paint here. I forgot. We're gonna have to remake this because we made it too watery. So it's a little bit of water. Maybe make it this one a little bit darker. Oops. Ah, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Let's be a little bit careful here, not to miss. You say as I miss. Because this fucking brush is split in two like fucking Spock. That was very, very close. And when I say split into like Spock, I mean the live long and prosper, like this thing. Not that he himself is split into. This crown is turning out alright though. Play? I've never played Warhammer, like the board game. We have like one of those nerd stores that you work at, Celica. And that sounded mean, but like it is a nerd store, but not in a bad way. And not too long ago I was there and they were playing like Warhammer, like fully, like they had a huge table full of like minis and like scenery and stuff. It's really cool. I think they were playing. Jilly said she was there. She said they were playing like, I think it was like Necrons versus Tyranids, maybe. I couldn't tell because I didn't dare go close to them and just stand next to them, look at them. Yeah. Right, I think actually the only thing missing is music, apparently. It literally just stopped like that. Oh, we're back on Dark Side, right? The sound stopped, tidy. But yeah, pussy. It looks like. Oh, you mean for not like stopping them? It looks like it's missing a bit of paint here, actually. All right. It looks like everything that's missing is the roses. I'm just very scared of just even starting that because you see this thorn bush thing is going around the entire thing. Half of it is like on the inside. It's gonna be hell nightmare, and it consists of like at least 3 different colors. Like it's the vine itself, and then there's thorns, and then there's leaves, and then there's roses on it. So I'm kind of scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of starting that. But I know if I don't do it today, I'll probably never end up doing it. But also, it's so close to the body, I'm gonna end up like hitting it and messing it all up. This looks hecking cool. Thank you. I'm actually really happy with it so far. You're organizing them according to the cult or group. If you're gonna do that in Warhammer, like you need vast knowledge. Take your time. Yeah. I don't have patience for that. The body's right, you can put something there to protect it. I don't think you realize how small this actually is. Like it looks small, but like my finger next to it is like this. I don't know what I could put in there. Necrons, Tyranids. That's why most of the people who work in those kind of stores are just nerds themselves. The submarines. The space marines. They have like 1 billion factions, but I feel like you can see like what they're from. I don't know. Like based of color and stuff. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna start just using this color that I'm pointing at that you can't see. This. And just do the entire thorns in it. Or like the entire thing of it. And then I'm gonna paint the roses red. And maybe I'll just let that be that. I don't necessarily need to have a different color for the leaves. It could be like dry leaves that are like the same color. But I'm gonna put this in water for a second. And I'm gonna like refresh this shit because I need more space. I'm gonna go wash this and get more paper. So be right back. I'm gonna put this in view. Ta-da. Yeah, you can barely see it anyways. Alright, be right back. Alright. I just realized maybe I should just take a picture of this now. In case I mess everything up. I need like a white background. Can I stop almost breaking everything? Like 5 seconds? Hey Google, turn the lights on. Hey Google, turn the lights to maximum. Okay, now I can definitely not see the colors, but alright. Hey Google, turn the lights off. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna mix up a cool color here. And I need to take this out. I always gotta take a pic before you mess, or in case you mess it up. I've never seen you mess up coloring. Like that's what you're best at. That tasted like paint, but holy fuck, that worked really well. Also, before anyone comes criticizing the music, this shit is just an autoplay. But I'm liking this actually. What is this from? No idea. It sounds familiar though. It sounds like Crash Bandicoot style. Most of the bum 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 bum. Alright, we're just gonna add a bunch of this straight into this. Yeah. Okay. Slightly worried that all of this is just gonna give me like 17 copyright strikes or whatever. Oh, problem with this color though, it's very wet. It's kind of dangerous with what we're doing right now. But actually, I just realized, do I need to do any? No, I don't really need to do any dry brushing or anything on the bronze. I think that'll just ruin it. If I had a gold dry brush or a gold color, then maybe. But I don't think I do. Alright, let's start with the ones at the bottom, because I'm going to paint over this anyways. So they're a good thing to like test out stuff on. But yeah, this looks like a nice color actually for dead thorn bramble bushes or whatever it is. Like that. And then I'll paint the roses red. I think that's gonna look motherfucker good. Why am I so clumsy with my fingers? Like, Jesus. Also, this is actually kind of a good color for the base. The thing is, I don't know if this color is gonna cover up the blue, because it's such a light color. It might though. Maybe I should just, you know what? I'm gonna take this big one. I'm gonna I was about to say I'm gonna paint the entire base, but then I don't have anywhere to hold. Yeah, let's just paint the base later. But I should paint the base around the things, because I don't want to do that after I have... Oh, this might be too big of a brush. Yeah, it absorbs like everything. I mean, it's also like dropping things. Let's use this instead. Painted all the mush shit up with the Agrax. Could do that. I wish I had like some cracks or something, because this is quite barren. But I am gonna add grass to it later, so. Gonna need quite a bit of this. So this one is very lumpy. I'm tempted to just, you know, do that. And I did. Oh, you can't see. This one might be a little bit dark or browner, a bit more darker. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's pretty much the same color. I think I might need another coat of this, so I'm just roughly gonna do it. And then do another coat once I'm done with the roses. Doesn't need to be perfect because I'm gonna cover it with grass. If that works. All right. Let that dry for a little bit. Before I put my fingers on it. And then we're gonna start what I've been like fearing all day. Okay. Let's just do this carefully. Yeah, I might just need to use the small one for all of this. Especially if it's gonna move like this, jeez. I'm just using the big one to do a very like rough coat. This one is not completely stuck. Inside here is gonna be tricky. Alright, it wasn't actually that bad. The inside bit here might actually be the easiest one. Against all odds. Okay. Swap over to the little boy. Can't do too thick like coats either because it's like taking away from the details. And every time I like move a tiny bit, the entire thing like shakes. Yeah, I need to remove a little bit. Should have like a Q-tip. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Q-tip. Nice, nice, nice. Take some of that excess paint off. Going into Stranger Things territory, or? Which question? Will my next mini be another Ghosty Boy? I think the next one I'm gonna try something that's a bit bigger, or like not, you know, as full of very tiny holy things. Not sure what it's gonna be. but I'm welcome or open for suggestions. Maybe something 40k. Nurgle? Nurgle himself or just anything Nurgle? That could be cool though. I'm afraid this thing is gonna fall off because it's like moving. Also, you cannot have shaky hands while doing this. Like, if I move a little bit, it like shakes completely. Okay, this entire part. Careful. Stop shaking, please. This is annoying. Alright, I need to support it, but like I have a bit of pain on my fingers, so I don't want to do too much. But that helps a lot. Holy shit, that's like heaven, you know. Alright. Are we missing anything? Yeah, probably the underside here. Yeah. All right. What do you think? Wait. Oh yeah, no, we're out of that. Epic. No, it's not epic yet. We missed the spot. There we go. Now it's epic. Now question, should I try to put some agrax on this? Or not? Maybe it won't do anything because it's too small. Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna try. Because this doesn't need to like be perfect. Just some spots here and there. And alright. Yeah, this is definitely worth it. Just getting that little bit of darkness into like the nooks and crannies makes a lot of difference. Just need to be careful because, yeah, I took too much on here. Which isn't a problem in itself, but if it drips, then we're in trouble. Also, I realized I put a lot into the roses, which I'm gonna like paint a different color. But oh well. That did make it a lot better though. And then there's the base. Should I just cover it with Agrex or do another coat and then do Agrex? We're just gonna do Agrex. Agrex for the win. Because grass. It's not fully dry though, which is a bit of a problem. But... uh-oh. Why do I feel like this would taste like yeah, this is mixing up. Yeah, it might not be a problem. But yeah, I feel like this would taste exactly like soy sauce. Is this from Call of Duty? Where's the dark side? This song reminds me a lot of Call of Duty for some reason. Like a specific Call of Duty game, but I don't remember which one. Oh, it's Modern Warfare 2? Oh. This base is taking an interesting turn. I don't hate it. But it's gonna take like 7 hours to dry probably. Unless we do a little cheeky one. Probably have some unopened minis you can buy cheap off if you want. Cheaper, okay. I'll have to look at them. Maybe. I think I need to take breaks between painting because... But not as long as last time. Because last time I was like, holy shit, painting is fun. So I bought this. But then I didn't touch it until like 2 years. But I was like, even today, because I'm always like, I want to do this. But then I don't end up doing it. And even today I was like, oh, I want to do that. But also kind of don't want to do it. Like it's going to take a lot of time and stuff. But then I was like, you know what, fuck it. The second I start doing it, it's going to be fun. And it was. And I've been doing this since like, I don't know, probably for like, holy shit, it's 1 a.m. I started this at like, before dinner? No, after dinner. Started at like 5 p.m. What the fuck? Well, I started building it. I didn't start painting until like, around 10, 11 maybe? Don't remember. Space is looking interesting though. Right? A little bit weird, but time flies. True, time flies when you're painting at least. All right, I think we're gonna do the roses. Then we're gonna put some grass on. Should I just paint and then put grass? Or should I use the glue? I feel like the paint is just better than glue. Because I'm not sure what that glue is gonna do to the paint and the base. Because I was thinking of just like spreading it on. Shade is living thing. Oh, you're right. You are right. All right, rose time, which is just gonna be pure pink, and then maybe a tiny bit. We're just gonna do a little bit of like white dry brushing when we're done, like over everything. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Is this dry though? Hear you out. Okay. Can't hear text. Lol. Pink. Then a small wash of shade. Then pink dry brush. Okay. I'm gonna try. I'll try on this one rose first. The problem is they're so small, and I notice right now the second I put paint on, like, it loses the details of the flower. Maybe if we like the paint fills the gaps. Okay. Yeah, let's just paint all of them and then see. I need to let Spotify just autoplay more often. Cause this is just banger after banger after banger. This is what we should have been playing when we're doing the noir, the Star Wars session. Did I thin that? No, I didn't. But I can't because the flowers are so small. Like they're extremely small. Where's this? What's Elden Ring? Of course it is. Bam, bam. Man, I want to play Elden Ring again. FromSoft's Warhammer game? I'll play the fucking shit out of that. Like Elden Ring, open world, in 40k. Sign me up. Though I feel like the Souls-like games are usually just as bad as Warhammer, or like the universes. Well, maybe not all of them. That's why it fits. True. What kind of class would you play, or like? I guess it could depend. You could be a lone inquisitor, just doing your thing. Oh my god, like Bloodborne style. That'd be fucking dope. You could have like a gun and parry with it and stuff. Bloodborne 2, but in Warhammer. Which reminds me, I should finish Bloodborne. Yes, I should. True. Someone just needs to force me to start playing some games, because the hardest part is usually just starting. But I don't know why. Like, I want to do it. I guess I struggle with like grass is always greener mentality, because I start playing something and I'm like, damn, this is fun, but that other game is also super fun. And then I just end up not playing any of them. Are there any rose in it? Ah, there's a rose in here. There's many roses in here. I need another step of brightness in here. Oh shit, that actually helped me a lot. Thankfully, there was only one rose down here. Alright. Are we missing anything? What is this? This is Black Ops 1, which is actually a fucking good ass game. Back when Call of Duty actually was good. Good. Alright, we're gonna... Yeah, I don't think we can add any more color in here. There's barely any like detail left. Okay, I'm gonna try like a tiny bit of this shade. But I think this might be too brown. Okay, let's see. There's too little detail left to actually do anything. But let's try a... I'm a little bit scared to dry brush this, to be honest. One of the last COD games you enjoyed? Yeah, same actually. Yeah, actually, literally. No, Black Ops 2 was alright. But I pretty much only played zombies, so maybe maybe it was. What came after that? Ghost, barely played it. Modern Warfare 3, barely played it. Anything after that, except for Black Ops 2 and 3 and 4 for zombies. And I did actually play Black Ops 3 multiplayer a little bit, but it just wasn't the same as Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2 are the GOATs. And you just can't beat that. Alright, let's try a very gentle. Start pushing here. Just to get back a little bit of the details in the flowers. Like that. Then this one needs a little bit more pink because it's... Alright, I think I'm gonna say myself done. I'm gonna put grass on here, but I don't know what to fasten it with. Paint or glue. I don't know. Could just put a layer of shade and then just sprinkle grass on it and see if it sticks. It should, right? I don't see why it shouldn't. No, let's just try with a little bit. Let's see if we do that. And sprinkle a little bit of grass. I think that will work fine. Now I did make it kind of difficult for myself by doing that, because now I have to like paint around it, but let's just do that. Let's do it rather quickly so it doesn't dry up. But also crucial not to like spill a big drop of this on like the statue. I need to start using this to turn it. Alright, then let's just... Why did I fucking put that in here? Hello? I just put the entire brush into like the paint. Am I just gonna ruin the entire thing by doing this? Nah, this looks cool. Let's just fucking... Why didn't I do that in here? Whatever. Alright, maybe that was a little bit too much. But I'd say we're done. You know what? I'm gonna take the grass away from the edge. As much as I can. Like this. All right. Let's see. Kind of hard to see all the details, but I'm pretty happy with this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, cleaning up all this is not gonna be fun, but I think I'll say that's it. I'm gonna take some pictures and I could post them in Discord or something, because it's a bit hard to see here. But I think I'm gonna end the stream and just clean up all this and then find somewhere to put it. So yeah. It's been fun. I should definitely do this more often. But maybe next time something a bit easier to paint. Let's see. I'm just gonna see if I can... Hang on. I'm gonna try to show... Well, this microphone is gonna drop down. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna end stream now, and then I'm gonna clean, and I'm gonna take some pictures. So, see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Should do one of these again. We'll see.